Let's stick in the Western Conference and let's switch over to some tracks that you know probably better than I. Jonathan Marchessault is up for a contract.
Yeah.
And according to an article by Cal Cushman from The Score, they haven't talked about it, Golden Knights management and Marchessault. The team has been famously fairly cutthroat.
Yeah.
Fairly knee-jerk isn't the right word, but fairly cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Trading people immediately when they don't work, all in the name of obviously winning a cup. If I'm looking at Marchessault's stats, he's been a good player. This past season, 82 games, 69 points. Season before, 76 games and 57 points. And the season before that, 66 points in 76 games. So he's routinely hitting that kind of 50, 60 point mark. But there's a lot of work. I'm looking at the Golden Knights cap friendly. Alec Martinez, he's 36. Do you maybe keep him around for a year or so, do that veteran presence, and he's honestly an amazing defenseman.
Yeah.
You have Pavel Dorofeyev. He's an RFA, so he hasn't been a massive impact on Vegas, but he's probably gonna make probably 1.5 in the area of 2, maybe.
Yeah, 1 to 2, I'd have to say.
Michael Amadio. Why? Oh, the lights just came off again. Aiden, I got it. Ah. Yeah, Michael Amadio, who is also one of those depth guys as well. If you bring him back, it's probably going to be, I think, less than Dorofeyev, because I just have seen more of Pavel Dorofeyev than I have seen out of Michael Amadio. Granted,
yeah.
Amadio is a bit bigger in the playoffs last season with a couple. I think he had one game winner against Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Thank you. Will Carrier is up. Anthony Mantha is up, and one of the biggest names one of the bigger names alongside Marchessault is up for the season is Chandler Stevenson.
Yeah.
Where do you go with this? Marchessault is 33. Stevenson is 30. Do you think Marchessault walks? Do you think that Vegas just doesn't re-sign him? How do you see this playing out?
I thought when the Knights were first eliminated, and I said this on the Armchair Athletes, I thought they'd find a way to sign Marchessault. Mm-hmm. Now this is coming out, this report, and I'm starting to lean towards no, because Jonathan Marchessault just had a career year, and he's 32 years old. I think he's got maybe one more payday left in him, and he could be chasing the bag here this offseason. Now, there's the other side of it, too, which is that Vegas does have an advantage with the state tax.
Yeah.
So Vegas can offer Marchessault a lower AAV than, say, the Calgary Flames would offer him.
Toronto. I think Boston has a bit of a bigger tax as well. San Jose.
Yeah. So Vegas has that advantage where they may be able to offer him 7 as opposed to 8 from another team. I want to see Marchessault back on the Golden Knights. In fact, I think he's the life of this team. And I'm hesitant to say that the cup window would shut if Marchessault would leave, but there would just be a completely different vibe.
That would take a hit, because is he the last of the original Misfits, or is he? Stevenson
Carlson
was original, wasn't he?
No, Stevenson was traded from Washington.
Right.
And then Carlson's an original, Theodore, McNabb, Carrier as well, who's probably leaving this offseason. Mm-hmm. Now, I was going to say about those other UFAs, I don't think Mantha's coming back. He just didn't fit in.
Yep, which is fine.
Yeah.
I didn't see much of him.
No.
So I mean, that's not a big loss, but I think your bigger losses are coming out of Stevenson and Marchessault. Is this a case if you got to pick one, or?
I think so.
Who would you rather they keep?
I'd rather keep Marchessault. I think he was just better on the team this year. I think he's been better overall. And the thing as well, it doesn't show on the stats, I guess. Like, there isn't a big-time goal stat, kind of game-winning goal, I guess. But Marchessault scores a lot of the big goals for the Vegas Golden Knights. He is a playoff performer with a capital P. And I think like I said, I think he'd be the biggest loss that they've probably had. Like, I was sad when Riley Smith went away, but there was that understanding when Smith left that, well, there was either him or Barbashev, and I think Barbashev's the better choice at the time. If Marchessault walks, they probably sign Stevenson, but I don't think Stevenson's as good of a player as Marchessault, especially like the chemistry that Marchessault's had with Jack Eichel over the last years. Eichel's taken his game to another level with the Golden Knights. I think he's more of an all-around player than he was with the Sabres.
I expected him to be really good after surgery. I didn't expect this good after surgery, especially neck surgery too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I want to show you something here, Alex,
Sure.
because there was the report of where Marchessault said that he wanted to get it done before the season, which I think, looking back, mistake by the Golden Knights. Marchessault's only increased his money with this past season.
Yeah.
He's now not just a 30-goal scorer, he's a 40. But in March, Pat Brisson, who is Jonathan Marchessault's agent, said that there were some talks with the Golden Knights, but that they both agreed that, I'm going to find the exact quote here in this article.
Did it, I imagine the tone is it's better off to wait and then kind of deal with it in the offseason, I would imagine?
Yeah, it was basically like there were some talks, but that they just wanted to wait till the end of the season. So my question is, which one is lying? Is it Marchessault or is it Pat Brisson? I think it could be Marchessault, just basically maybe trying to get leverage here to get a deal done.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the Golden Knights have been working night in and night out to get this extension done.
No.
Or else I think they would have had it done.
This would have been done the moment they got eliminated, I think. If they were working constantly, I think this would have been done a while ago.
But I also don't think that there's been zero talks. So I'm not sure who to believe on this one.
If he comes back, he just finished a 6-year contract with an AAV of $5 million. What do you think he's going to get? Former Conn Smythe winner. He just finished a season where he had the second most points in his career, only trailing 17-18, where he got 75 points in 77 games.
The most I think he could get from the Golden Knights is 4 years, $7 million a year. The most I think he would get from another team is 8 to 8.5.
If he hits the market, he's getting paid.
Yeah.
If he hits the market, he's getting 8.5. Obviously, he likes it in Vegas. One of the original misfits, as mentioned earlier. I think that Conn Smythe from last season definitely gives him a bit more leverage as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. With given how cutthroat Vegas has been, I wouldn't be surprised if they in favor of getting something better, if they cut both Marchessault and Stevenson potentially, because they're both entering the wrong side of 30 as well.
So then you've got about $6 million in cap space. What do you do?
I don't know. There's probably a way to moneyball this, where you kind of make up for the lack of scoring that you just lost, but those guys aren't easy to come by.
I also think if the Golden Knights sign Marchessault, they've got to trade someone else. I think it'll either be Alex Pietrangelo, which you're not going to get anything for.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they trade Pietrangelo to a team for nothing, similarly like they did with Pacioretty and Fleury, just purely for cap space to use. The other option, maybe you could get something out of him, is Shea Theodore, because he's got one more year on that contract as well. And you want to talk getting paid, I think he's going to get the bag on his next contract from a team.
A UFA that I want to bring up here, because he's one of the bigger forward UFAs hitting the market this postseason, is Jake Gensel.
Yeah.
Is there a thing there? Is there a there?
With Vegas?
With Gensel. He's 29.
Yeah.
Just coming off a season where he got 77.67 games. Do you, especially with in Carolina, Don Waddell, their GM, just moved to Columbus. Do you think that if they let Stevenson go and if they let Marchessault go, they can put all their chips into the Gensel pot? because he's coming off of a contract where he got paid $6 million.
I think he's going to get paid 10 or potentially even 11 mil after the playoffs he had with Carolina.
He had a big
He was
playoffs.
great. And he's a winner as well. Won the Stanley Cup with the Penguins in 2017 and was huge in that run as a rookie too, I think, that year. I don't think that the Golden Knights would be able to get Guentzel unless they traded caps or got cap space by trading either, like I said, Theodore or Pietrangelo. Maybe they could do it, but I think if they were to clear cap space, that they would just sign Marchessault.
Yeah, I think that's the smarter way to go. I'm curious as to, I know it's only a year difference between Marchessault and Guentzel. Guentzel a year younger, so it's not going to make a huge difference. But they've, as I've said before, they've somehow made the money work across multiple different deals.
Yeah.
And if I'm GM Bill McCrimmon?
Kelly McCrimmon.
I think Guentzel's at least worth taking a flyer on.
Yeah, I would love to have him on the Golden Knights, but there is only so much money to go around, I guess.
You can only make the money work so many times.
Yeah.